Hi, welcome to the channel. This is just a little catch up in between races. Let's get it on. Welcome to the channel. This one's a little in-betweener. So in between now and Donington. So last round was croft. Had a little off. Nothing too much, to be honest. And this one, I'm now just getting ready to go to Donington. I've done quite a bit, not on camera, because I have covered that before. So it's like all the computer sequence. I've reset the gearbox, reset the throttle bodies, unit knock sensor. Went through all the process again. Go and watch. I think it was number 2 on the in-between brands and croft, where I did all the computer stuff regarding the throttle. Still not sorted, I am going to say that, but cheapest option, should I say. Now, I don't know if you remember, if you have watched it, what you'll know is that, I'll tell you what, let me do it the other way. I'm just messing around with stand, that's all. Let me take it off here. There you go. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'll tell you what I'll do. We'll get, where's my torch? My torch is, oh, it's here. Can't find out for looking. Right. So at croft, I don't know if you can see up there. So at croft, there's a cable tie just there. So on the micro switch, you can see the cable tie at the back there. So Scott Kirkland, I didn't have a quick shift or anything. Scott come up while I'm in pits, just talking, and he's had a BMW, and he helped me out, and that's what happens at racing. Anyone but anyone helps each other. That's what it's all about. It's not like track days when you don't give monkeys about anyone else. While you're racing, everyone helps. That's the beauty about it. Now Scott come up, put a tie wrap, a cable tie, whatever you want to call them. Put a tie wraps for big stuff. Put a cable tie round, and brilliant. I got my quick shifter back. Blipper still didn't work though. So what I've done is cheapest thing, the clutch. So that switch, and it is just trial and error. Now I'm going to shout out to Dan Fletcher, Deathwish Racing. He's got a spare blipper, so if this doesn't alter it, I might borrow that blipper, see if that's it. And then hopefully if it is that, he might sell me that as well. What I will say is, I looked at these on the internet. That's the proper part number from BMW. Looked at them on the internet, and prices range from like 50 quid to 70 quid. I went to BMW Motorrad. With VAT, £49.10. So with VAT, £49.10. eBay, stop robbing. And it's sellers trying to pass off. And it's an original part from BMW. So, cheap from BMW Motorrad. What's that about? You mean? So don't think you can't go to get the original parts. I don't know how to open that. I'll just take it out at the bottom. Now I've got to be delicate with it, because if anything, I think it's the sensors, you know, the micro switches. So look at that, you unwrapping with me. That's a BMW double micro switch for your clutch. So hopefully that sorts out the problems. Oh, I can hear that click. And that. Mine don't look like that. Right, I'm gonna have to pause. That's my son. Sorry about that. That was my eldest just giving me a little phone call. So, Lewis, cheers, love. So, as I was saying, micro switch, cheap from BMW Motorrad. How stupid's that? Doing buying original piece. Now it does look a lot better, and I don't know if you can hear. I've had it up to my ear, and you can actually hear it clicking. So, but that does look. Look, they look absolutely flat as anything. So I'm going to change it. See if that's been the problem all along. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I'm not going to pause, I'm just going to do it. So I've had to get some tools out already. Tested some sizes. What I will say is there's a little plate underneath the micro switch. It's a little Torx. I ain't got a Torx that small, so I've had to adapt. And I doubt you can even see that. It's the smallest head. Now, like I say, I am going to just talk while I do it. It's a nice little easy one. So it's not like it's rock hard. Lower that, because look at the size of it, pigeon nut garden. Cut my grass yesterday. Look at the size of that bad boy. Don't go out, it'll take me away. Right. So let's see if I can actually get this done right for a change. What I tend to do is, right, so there's two. Like I said, I'm not going to go through everything, but literally it's just part of. Right, so what else have I done? Like I said, I've been through all that. Oh, I'll tell you what. Right, so here's the micro switch. So that is the plate I'm on about. That's the micro switch. So I think best option is for me to get that cut so I can actually get to it. So I'm going to be careful here I don't snip any wires. Ooh, that is tight out. I'll just take it off. So that's that off. So there's the wires. How's that plug in? Now I did actually, I will say I'm not just like doing this just like trial and error, because it is quite delicate. So what I did, I watched a YouTube channel. I can't remember the name of the guy, to be honest. It just does BMWs, which is good. You know when you put a tool down and then you can't find it? Oh, yeah. So I did watch him just to get this process, because I don't want to mess it up in reality. But this here, so he said take it off of here, so much easier. Now that is in that way. Oh, I'll tell you what I haven't done. Missed a step already. Said I had to loosen that off to least amount. Because you don't want the free play to mess about with it. There you go, that's got nothing on that. Right, so straight away messed up there, didn't I? Now this is the smallest screw ever. And now it's just been a pain. It's just spinning. Oh. So let me just try and get a bigger one. No, that don't fit. And this is the problem I've got. So I've got this. Now, I've got a small Torx. Look at the size of that. But it's too big. That's too big. And that's the smallest Torx I've got in all my stuff. Not good. Not good at all. I'm probably going to have to get some needle nose on that. I do hope I'm not breaking out or I can't even see if it's moving. There we go. Let me snip that off. So that's the one Scott put on. So that got me my quick shifter working. Ah, so that's the only thing that's holding it down. So that there is what's holding it in place. No. And guess what? I can't get it. Well, let me just show you this. I'll take it off the camera. If you can see here, so I'll spin that around out of the way if I can. There you go. Look, so that's bent compared to the one I've just bought, which is straight. This is annoying because no matter what, that's got to come out. Right, looks like that. It's not. Tell you what I have got. Look, so I've got a proper one here. That is micro thin, but it's too small, that one. And I've got loads of them, loads of these, but they're just all too big. Nightmare. No, too big, too small. Yeah, I've got something there that. Oh, I think I've got movement. No. You know when something just doesn't go right? That's me. About right. No, I just can't I can't get it. So as normal, hey. So that did fit that. It did come looser. Put that in there, so it's out of the way. Right, I'll come back to that one. I'll stop it and then I'll come back. Well, that took some. I've had to use, believe it or not, a pair of pliers just to grab round the edge. It's just so small, honestly. And of course, I've used no indecisors. I've got the most microscopic set. And the only thing that fitted was that. So I got it out eventually. Now there is a plate. Let me have it. Let me show you this. I don't want to lose how that goes back together. That's a big no-no. But look, there's a plate here, and it sits on there. That's your lever. It's this arm there that controls it. So now I'm at the switch bit. So with the switch, I'm just being very careful with it. I'll put it back on there. I don't know how well you can see. I'm going to do it on this bit of paper. Can I get any closer? Right, so look. So that's the new one. Now that is going to have to go like that and that. But if you have a look at this, and this is, can you see that one's bent? That one is the one that was cable tied down, and this one was the one that's bent. Perfectly straight. That's got a bend in it. They both click though still. I've just put them to me here, they both click. But you can clearly see that one's got a bend in it. So now I've got to try and get that onto there and tightened up. Look at the length of that screw. So now it's the opposite. I think what I'll do, I'll not video it and then see how I get when I'm near there. Back in a bit. Right, a little bit of progress. Now I have, let me just take it off. Got it on. I did have to tighten it up with a pair of pliers. Really got it tight. It's not moving. What I've also had to do is, let me get something to show. So look. So if you have a look at it, so that holds that top sensor down. Look. So it always holds it down. So that's so the blipper works. Now below, there's the other one. Now this lever here, initially, it weren't, I couldn't hear it click. Now, what I've done is I've just had to move that bit there around a bit so that it comes fully off. Was that the issue all the time? I don't know. But my blipper didn't work, did it? Quick shifter didn't work until Scott cable tied that in. So let's see, all I've got to do now is I'll put a cable tie around them just to keep all them wires together. That's what it were originally. Now, I'm not going to say it's troubles, but in between racing, these are things that never get seen. It's like, I have actually got from Croft, I did actually video a time-lapse. I say video, I time-lapsed what I do in between races. So what I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll put them in, and literally it was changing my pads, changing my tyre. That's during the race weekend. Now I do have to do it a few times, depending on. I've got to stop saying I watch my videos back and I see me say I do that a few times, so I've got to get into my head, stop doing that. Now I'll put it in. I will put it in there. The time lapsed. I'm not putting them again. I'm not gonna put. Now, do I write in it or do I try to talk over it? I might try and talk over it. Make sure these are tight. I don't want them coming off. Get the Allen key for it. Torque spec. Tight. That's one. That's two. hopefully that sorts out that problem I've had with my blipper. I really do, so just need it sorting. I keep again. I keep trying different things. I've put it on computer and all that sort of stuff to get that working. So that's that. Right, what else have I been doing? The clutch switch, I've just literally done that. It only came the other day. I am waiting for a part. I put all my tools away. As soon as I'm done, I tend to put my tools away. That's why I don't lose them, because I know where they are. Right, so I've done computer stuff. I did all that. Now I did have a little off, and I've got away with it. Really got away with it. Now the bullet, I've just scratched all my fairings there. Right, little greys on handlebar and on switch. Not really bothered about that. Let me put light on. The bullet, now I did come off on concrete. It only slid a few yards and then it were on muck. So that rubbed off, and this engine casing rubbed off. Now I'm not sure how many goes these get. Is it one, or it's got little things there? I forgot to Google it. I have got another one coming. I am just waiting for it to arrive. Hopefully it's here before the weekend, because I'm racing at Donington next week. And the foot peg, you can see on foot peg, just took this end bit off, and I don't know if you can get spares on that. So really, I got away with like no damage at all on that engine casing. I just hope it's here. I have ordered it. It's an R&G one, and I really do hope it's here. What else have I done? It's a quiet day at Donington. It's a track day, not test day. And what I've done, I've put my silencer back in. Yep. So I've had to put a silencer in. It's just part of, obviously, the day before's a noisy day, but Donington, you can't have so many noisy days, and obviously we're racing, so they're all going to be noisy days. Did I do anything else? I topped my brake fluid up, just for the simple reason it needed doing. It was a little bit short. I've got enough in my pads to probably do the track day. I've left the carbons in, so the DCs. Now when it comes to working out how much it costs to go racing, which is one of my other series, if you haven't watched that, go and watch it. On that one, them pads, they should do the track day. Now I am going to run, and this is my thing, I am going to run Metzeler TDs on the track day. I'm hoping, the one I've got on, it's an RR on front. On the back I've got an RR at the minute. And I've got one other RR, and I don't know if they're good enough for, that's definitely not good enough for race. I've got another RR in my caravan. I think I'm going to move back onto Pirellis because I've run out of RRs. I've got loads of Pirellis waiting. Got Pirellis over there. So I think I'm going to move back onto Pirelli for Donington. And it's only because I've run out of RR scrubs. And I don't really want to push my luck while I'm racing. And I just don't think I've got enough to last me a full weekend. But I'll definitely use a TD just for the track day. They'll last forever. Not the fastest tyre, you find limit of them. But they are good, they do last, I will say that. I have just bought, actually, talking about it, I have just bought a front and a rear Pirelli Super Corsa. It's a Super Corsa, so it is treaded. I bought that off Caden Wilkinson. He's racing this weekend at British Superbikes in the Super Stock. His race is today, Sunday. So go on, Caden. and give it a good go. So he's doing that. So I've just bought a tyre off him. I'm hoping to save that because I might have something planned for the very last race at Donington. We revisit Donington at end of year. That's our last race, and me and a couple of lads were talking about doing something on that one. So I'm just going to leave that there for now. Because, yeah, but literally I bought that tyre to do something with. I've got, believe it or not, I have got an SC, a Super Corsa, down bottom in that box. That's treaded as well, so that might help me. So, someone else who's racing in British Superbikes, Lewis Smart, he's in street bike. I think it's called... I might be wrong. I'm sure he's in Street Bike Championship. He's running in British Superbikes. He rides for Triumph. I think it weren't on TV. Well done, TV. Useless at, stuff that people are interested in. But they didn't show qualifying for Super Stock or for Street. Yeah, I'm sure it's Street Bike is in. And he's qualified, I think he's qualified 12th. So it's his first season in British Superbikes. Really good, really nice lad, Lewis. So Lewis and Caden, both in British Superbikes this weekend. Wish them all the best. And I'm going to shout out to Nicky Williams. Nicky Williams, people, if you know anything about No Limits, you know Nicky Williams. Number 22. He's doing his first road race this weekend. He's at Oliver's Mount. Very best of luck to Nicky Williams. Bring it home. Just bring it home and we'll see you at Donny. So, good up Nicky Williams on that one. Big shout out to everyone. Thanks for following. Hope you're enjoying it. Now, I am going to do a special. And it was... someone called Gary Barlow, believe it or not. Whether or not it's a singer, I don't know. But someone called Gary Barlow actually mentioned, I've never ever talked about my bike. As in, I've talked about the problems, but never gone through the actual bike that I'm racing. So I'm going to save that for another one. This is just a quick in-between. Just show you what I have been doing. So I have been doing stuff still, which is all part of it. So, I will say Gary Barlow, I'd already thought about it, but Gary's actually just, like, put it in there where it's like, oh, so, yeah, I'll put it in there. I'll do a special. What I will say is, if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm number 226, newcomer thou, BMW. Look, see that? Lying. It's just an SRR. But I'll go through my bike more. But you can see it's black with BMW stickers on. So that's what I normally race with. What I will say is I've got something over there which I've had since I got this bike. I bought something. And I might do a special where I'll let you choose, because I've got this black one and them fairings are white. So I might put them both on and let you decide which ones are racing for the rest of the season. So, I mean, I'll pick this black because I love it. The seat's a bit different, which I'll go through at a different time. Right, guys, drop us a subscribe if you can. It'll be much appreciated. Follow that journey. It is just about racing this. Right. Cheers for all your support. Catch you later. Bye. Before I forget, here's just that little bit that I time-lapsed during Croft. And it's what goes off in between races. And this is like multiple times because we had rain. I changed the pads. I changed the tyres. And you'll see, it's only time-lapsed. Might put a bit of wording in it and put a bit of music. But that's all it is. That's this part. that is actually it. So I did nearly forget to put that part in. So hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, give us a subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. See you later.